Welcome to our channel. We're Abigail and Jean, or Abby and Jay for short, and we recently completed an epic bucket list journey from DC to San Francisco. In this video, we see some incredible sights.
And we've landed on the moon! I don't like the desert, I don't like it when it's red and dry.
Shit, something fell off the... What was on the top, Jean?
Join us in this series as we explore this incredible country. And be sure to stick around to the end where we share all the route facts, including distance, duration, gas, and accommodation costs.
Sure we didn't say goodnight.
We did not.
But we slept sort of well.
Yeah, it was a functional stop in the town of Cortez. But at least we had a view from our room, which was fairly nice, of these new geological scenes.
We actually got up at sunrise, take a few photos.
Yeah, made the effort to get out of bed early and see the start of the day, which was quite cold actually. You know, we're starting into the desert part of the trip, and the mornings are chilly. Yep.
Utah's coming up.
It's going to be our next state.
I mean, the landscape has changed so quickly.
Yeah, I'm fairly excited, or looking forward to seeing these interesting geological, what do you call them, formations. And we can already see a few, and we haven't even left Cortez like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, we got into Durango and we just thought of staying there, but we pushed through another hour to Cortez.
Yeah, and this morning we're glad that we did that, so that we're an hour ahead in the journey.
Another hour ahead. Now, so for me, this is not my landscape. I don't like the desert, I don't like it when it's red and dry. It's just not my thing. But Abigail, you say you're going to enjoy it.
Well, I mean, I do prefer the mountains and the trees, but we're heading in the direction of the Grand Canyon, so it is a necessary part of the trip. It has to be seen, and there's just no other way to get there except go through the desert.
Utah! Three of us. The Jeep agreed.
We made it to Utah.
Okay, there we go.
It's a new state.
We spent 3 days in Colorado.
We finally left Colorado.
As fast as we crossed the state line is as fast as the landscape began to morph into something rather otherworldly.
Left onto Utah 162 West, Trading Post Road. Signs for Bluff. Continue on Utah 162 West for 15 miles.
it, Abigail, say it.
We just passed into Arizona.
That snuck up on us.
It really did sneak up on us.
Utah, Arizona, Utah.
Okay, Flagstaff, here we come.
And once again, as if by magic, the scenery began its subtle but significant transformation with each passing mile.
Seen a few places.
We have seen a few places. As you just saw, we came through the Arizonan border. The Arizona border. Well, Arizona so far seems pretty mono-landscopic.
The words are just coming out.
It's a long drive.
Webster Dictionary, watch this video. There's some new words for you.
It has been a long day. But I really enjoyed Utah. Utah really surprised me. We were only there for a short while, just a few hours. And what was meant to be a 1 hour, was it 1 hour or 1.5 hour
1.5 hour
journey?
Cortez.
Yeah, from Cortez to that particular Forrest Gump point, it actually took us 4 hours because we just kept stopping all the time. There were just so many things to photograph. First off was Bluff Fort, or the Twin Rocks first.
Okay, so we had to do a little sneaky U-turn. Jean looked to his right and insisted I turn around. I didn't know what he was talking about. And then we saw this. Twin Rocks in Utah. We came into the shop hoping to get something to drink, secretly wishing for a coffee option, but soon realized it wasn't that kind of shop. So after a quick look around at the wares, which were admittedly very nice and mostly Native American in aesthetic, we set about continuing on our way. Well, that was an interesting stop. We were surprised to find ourselves driving through a lovely neighborhood in what felt like the middle of nowhere.
That was a surprise, as you saw.
And then just let us by the bluff.
Yeah, so then we popped into the Bluff Fort, and that was really lovely, and the people were really sweet and friendly, and they just want to jibber jabber all day long.
Get coffee here, babe? Oh, that's nice. Oh, it's the sprays.
Yeah, I know, my camera's weird.
Unfortunately, our quest for coffee continued to be unsuccessful as the cafe appeared to be closed at the time we had arrived. So instead, we took a walk around this historic site.
We've got it set up a little bit like Williamsburg, where they've recreated, you know, what the fort must have looked like in the 1800s, and you can go inside both the Navajo homes like setups and then also the settlers' cabins that they created.
would find Jean in the cool spray and the shade. I knew I'd find you here. Is it lovely?
I am by the greenery in the mist of the water.
That's lovely. You look suitably cooled. Now, why doesn't DC have any of these, or like any other places?
Well, there's already so much water in the air there.
I suppose, yeah.
Okay,
That
let's
is
go
lovely.
into the little-
If you've got the time, then they've got some very willing interpreters who will tell you all about the stories of the early settlers.
But then they wanted to come down here and make friends with the Native Americans. But they had to cross the Grand Canyon, which was crazy. So they were going all the way around, and so they tried to find a shortcut. So this is the story. We have the story. They had pioneer wagons, and they found a crevice, a hole in the rock they call it, and they built a road, and it was so steep.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. The children slid down, and it was crazy. Anyway.
You're making that racket again.
What? Huh? I was just resting my eyes. Fella can get downright weary hanging around all the time.
Just takes a little sticky to 2D.
Sticky to whatty?
Haven't heard that for a long time.
Sticky to 2D. Stick to your duty till it sticks to you.
You mean stick to the truth.
Stick to your duty.
Stick to the truth.
Your memory's fading.
Is it any wonder I never get any sleep around here? Two of you yapping on... Hey. Hey, may have company.
It's funny.
Oh my goodness. Oh, well, pay no mind to our off-the-wall attempts at humor. You're here to learn a little history, I believe.
That's where I saw them as a kid.
Yeah. Deciding that we really needed to get a move on, we bought some keepsakes, signed our names in the guest book, and once again hit the never-ending road through this harsh and unforgiving but mesmerizing terrain.
This is going to take 10 hours.
We quickly jumped out with our cameras, promising ourselves that this was the absolute final time we'd pull over before we got to our actual intended photo-taking spot for the day.
Here's your story, let's begin. The water's fine, come on, dive in. The future's here, it's right before your eyes.
We were quite surprised that there were actually places to fill up the tank along this stretch of desolate road, and even places to stay, even if they did look a little questionable from the outside.
You're larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You can fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You could have all you ever wanted, shoot the moon and reach for Mars. You know you could.
And then after that comes the Forrest Gump movie spot,
Yes.
where people just stop and go in the road.
I am so happy right now. because we've reached the point of the detour. The point of the detour.
We've got a happy Abbey.
A happy Abbey. Don't you think it's worth it? I know this is not your scene, but
Not my scene.
not your scene, but it's worth it, right? It's epic. You can appreciate the epicness of it.
Can you see the pressure for me to say yes?
No, come
It's
on.
real.
Look at it. You can't not think this is
It's
epic.
very cool.
And of course, when one is in an epic spot, one must get an epic shot. Setting up said shot took a little effort, but it was totally worth it in the end.
You could be larger than life, bigger than the
At least we were more considerate than some people we saw there.
Stopping traffic literally on Highway 163.
You
163.
just run into the road and you look left, right, you run in, you take a photo.
Yeah,
It's a bit wild.
the Wild West to get your selfie, to get the shot.
We managed to get our shots without causing a pileup, but we did nearly stop traffic for a completely different reason. Shit, something fell off the... What was on the top, John?
What did I leave there?
Your glasses.
Them. People leave them. They're cheap. Don't do anything. So
Man.
my hands are so full and it's just eye level for me. It's just the right spot. Well, my glasses will always be smashed to smithereens. Oh, so
Did you
something
leave
else.
something else?
What fell now? There's a spot. Oh. I wonder what else. There was another noise.
Have you got all your cameras? And he only got those glasses in St. Louis, Missouri, so they only lasted about 3 or 4 states. And then he lost them.
I'm squinting now.
We never did find out what other thing fell off the roof.
Still recording. Spectacular landscape, but as we said, I don't like this dry desert look. But anyway, it's spectacular landscape.
Yeah, you can still appreciate the phenomenal.
Yeah, but this Arizona is so far is a lot flatter, and as Abigail said, it's a single color, single look.
Yeah. So we're just making our way. We've got an hour and a half left until we reach Flagstaff, which is where we're going to be staying for the night.
Close to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, which we'll be visiting tomorrow.
See how early we can get up.
Yeah, because this heat is something special.
We did reach 105.
It is now 100 degrees now.
It's cooled down.
It has
from
cooled down.
105.
Thank goodness for aircon.
Oh.
Oh, and also we've been quite surprised by the number of petrol stations, and we happened upon a very fortunate stop where we...
She means gas stations, in case you were wondering.
Gas station. We happened upon the perfect stop to get a Starbucks coffee.
Lovely little, well, it's all on the, I think it's the Indian Reserve, and
Yeah.
a lovely grocery store, and very nice.
Yeah, just what we need for this long stretch of Arizona highway.
Nitro brew
Coffee.
Starbucks coffee.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah.
Having eventually ingested our coffee for the day, we continued our journey southwards.
And we've landed on the moon! Huh?
Wow. Jeez, it does look like the moon.
There is nothing going on. Nothing. That's where you come if you want to practice your moon living. sollte es sein.
Slowly but surely, the metamorphosis of the landscape progressed before our very eyes. However, our eyes were drawn to what we initially thought was a distant rain cloud. It didn't take long to realize that the dark cloud was in fact an enormous plume of smoke. We were welcomed into Flagstaff, Arizona by the usual traffic jams associated with bigger towns and cities, while we inched closer to the ominous cloud. Later, once in our hotel room, we learned, thanks to the local news channel, that the fire was about 7 miles away on a nearby preservation land, but we were relieved that this was unlikely to be a concern to us.
Machine. Okay, home for the night.
With the car unloaded and our small lunch ravenously consumed, we hopped back in the car to explore Flagstaff, Arizona in what was left of the day and with the last of the energy in our bodies. We found locals and tourists sitting outside enjoying the warm but cooling early evening, soaking up the atmosphere, listening to the live music, and sipping or snacking on whatever was in front of them.
We are walking the streets of Flagstaff. What state are we in?
Arizona.
Arizona. Starting to lose track.
Historic Flagstaff has a chill vibe with an abundance of outdoor drinking and dining options, as well as hippie boutiques, quirky stores, and shops selling all kinds of delicious delights.
There's a sign there that says, please don't try to pass off your pet as a service animal.
We love artistic murals that colour the town, and although Golden Hour was embellished by the smoky plumes in the distance, we enjoyed simply walking around, taking in the sights and soaking up the atmosphere.
Got that smile upon my face, 'cause there's excitement in the change.
Eventually though, the tiredness from the day's excitement set in and we headed back to our room, knowing that we intended on an early getaway the next morning to beat the crowds to our next epic location. And with that, we'd like to thank you for joining us on today's journey and hope that you'll come along for tomorrow's adventure.